Welcome back, baby, to another episode of Singing the Tea. You already know I'm your host, Dustin Singer Actor Lewis. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea, but it's absolutely what you want and it's definitely what you need. And baby, what you need to do is hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so when I do post new content, you'll be the first to know. Also, y'all, share with the family members, share with the friends so we can continue to grow our community over here. And if you are not watching the full video, you are missing half of the good tea. You got to go ahead and get into the full shaboom shabam, girl. Watch the full thing. But if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you are returning, I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's talk about Married to Medicine. Listen, y'all. This Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 6, All in the Family. It was a good episode. It was a different episode. Like, we didn't get like a whole lot of like drama, but we got drama, if you know what I mean. Like, it was good to see the different family dynamics, and it was good to see the different characters work through their dramas that they have with their partners or family members or whatever it is. So I enjoyed this episode. Now, let's go ahead and dive on into it. Now, we start the episode with Quad getting back from Ghana. Now, she's been in Ghana, on her fertility journey. We see that she's at her house. She's prepared a spread, baby, because MsQuad, she gonna always keep some food on deck. So she invites DrContessa over, DrHeavenly, and Angel over to her house. And, they having a little girl time. They catching up. They kikiing, having fun. And, she updates them and lets them know that she has 4 eggs that she was able to get those fertilized. And, she's just waiting to hear back about that whole situation. Now, we do get some news later on in the episode. We're going to talk about it then. But she just kind of is filling us in on what's going on with her in Quad's world. Now, as Quad is giving us this information, we see King go to the barbershop. He's meeting up with Dr. Eugene and Cecil. And I'm going to be real with you. It seemed like Quad and King aren't really on the same page on this kid journey. And, King opens up to the guys about, the trips and how it was only supposed to be one. Or maybe he was sold that it was only going to be a one and done type of trip. But it has been several trips that they had to take to Ghana. He's taking time away from work. Time away from his daughter because he does have a child already. And it's really expensive. So I can understand where he's coming from. The guys are kind of telling him, sometimes you have to put your feelings aside. Or he's saying sometimes you have to put your feelings aside to make sure your partner is good. I get that, King. But at the same time, you do have to let your feelings be known because that's how resentment and stuff gets started. Like, you got to be honest and let her know, like, look, this is becoming really taxing. This is a lot. I don't know if I can continue on this journey, maybe going to Ghana. Maybe we can seek other options. So I think that the guys do give him some sound advice, but I do think King at the same time, it might not be the right time for you to bring up the conversation, but a conversation should be had between you and Quad. I'm just saying. One thing I am wondering though, why did she have to go to... I know she was saying that her friend went to Ghana and she was really successful, but did she did she exhaust all of her options here in the States before going to Ghana? Or was Ghana just like, oh, we just gonna go to Ghana because I heard that this person's amazing? Which, if you have the means to do it, baby, by all means do that. But I don't know, because it seems like DrJackie is phenomenal, and I don't know what the situation is. Do what's best for you. But I wonder if Quad exhausted all her options here in the States before she went to Ghana, or was Ghana like, hey, I'm just going to try this and be good. I don't know. It just seems like that's a lot of travel, and that's a long way for that. When there are people in the States that can help. I don't know. Quad's situation could be different. I can't tell you what to do. It's just the Ghana piece was a bit off for me. But anyway, so, as the guys are wrapping up the conversation, we head back over to the ladies, back at Quad's, I'm going to say Dr. Quad, back at Quad's house, and her and Heavenly are catching up. She letting Heavenly know, Heavenly's letting her know about the whole issue, the little purse gate that she had with Toya. And, Heavenly is saying, like, Toya, y'all saw Toya brought up my child, she brought up my family, so I decided to bring up hers. And from the messages, Heavenly, it didn't seem that deep. Like, it just seemed like you just threw a boulder at this girl, and it was not that deep. And I can get, Heavenly, it's a sensitive situation for you, but in the grand scheme of things, the situation with your son, you brought it up the most. Which, honestly, shockingly so, because you don't really let us in on your personal that much. But, girl, you brought this up the most. You the one that's talking about it the most. So, Heavenly Girl, that's on you. So, if you stop talking about it, I'm with Contessa. If you stop talking about it, then maybe everybody else will stop talking about it. Especially since it happened years ago. Like, I feel like y'all are making a lot about nothing. I don't know if it's something you felt like go ahead and put it out there because you're running for office or what it was. But it just seems like it's a whole lot about nothing. And that's just me. Shout out to Stanley for keeping me hydrated. But that's just me. That's just my feelings on the whole situation now. Now, this tea with the Dr. Simone of it all and looking up people information is real interesting. And it's just real reminiscent of Quad and Lisa Nicole, baby. What about your lesbian relationship? That's what it's giving. It's giving Quad and Lisa Nicole. What about your child out of wedlock? Baby, let me tell y'all something. That Married to Medicine scene was so good. Baby, the way them girls was going back and forth, Quad had that big old band-aid on her face after the whole altercation. Child, that was a good season of Married to Medicine. Bring Lisa Nicole back, baby, because Lisa Nicole was about that life. I love me some Lisa Nicole. Didn't like the fashions, but I like Lisa Nicole. Now, here's the thing, Simone. If you are looking up people information just to get the tea on them, it is a bit odd because when Heavenly spoke about Cecil not having no job and Cecil not doing these things, you got in your feelings about it. Or maybe you just trying to see what you can get in your belt and your arsenal so when something do pop off, you can let the girls know what time it is. And if that's the case, Simone, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, baby. But Simone, it is a bit odd. And it's really weird, when Heavenly had told Quad, like she said, well, Simone told me, had she had your VIN number for your car, she would have looked that up too to see whose name it's under. Whether it's under Squad's name, a King name, she still got it. I don't care who name it's under, I still got it. Quad can go get her a car. Getting a car is not hard. Like, having a nice car, in my opinion, is really not a flex. Like, anybody can go. We see people with nice cars that live in trailer parks all the time, and that's no shade. I ain't judging nobody where they at. But I'm just saying, anybody can go and get a nice car. Anybody can. We see people get cars, TVs, and laptops every tax refund season. So, anybody can go get them a little car. I'm just saying. But Simone, I will say, I think that you're doing a little too much. And I think that if you and Quad, if you are honestly trying to move forward with Quad and you want your relationship with Quad to get better, don't do stuff like that. And don't do stuff like that to the women. And it's honestly interesting that Heavenly, Contessa, Angel, all of them are agreeing, like, Simone, what's your point? Like, why are you doing all that? So it's very odd. Very, very odd that she's doing that. I don't know what's going on with Dr. Simone. But we know what's going on, but whatever. Now, we see Dr. Mimi and Steve, with their son. They are a couple. I really, really like them as a couple. Like, I think that they were such a great addition to the show. I think that they are blessed to have found each other. I think that they are really, really good support system for each other. And the way that they lift each other up when the other one is not necessarily at their max. Like, seeing Dr. Mimi talk about, like, I had a rough day. She's a therapist. And helping people through their trauma, it can be taxing on her. And it can take a lot out of her. So for him to be there, recognize that and pick up the pieces to be like, hey, I got it. Sit down. Don't worry about fixing dinner. I got it. Oh, he got the lamp. I got it. And, and also kudos to them for recognizing, like, when their son is at a certain point where, he may be overstimulated and the way they handle is really good. They redirect him. And I do appreciate, too, the moments of, it's like a sad moment, too, because the son misses his sister. But when she said, I want my daughter to have as normal of life as possible because she deserves that, so she gives her time to herself so she's not overwhelmed. It's nice that they recognize, like, hey, every child needs a moment for them, and every child needs to be able to be fueled so that they can be successful. So shout out to them for doing something that's nice. You know what I'm saying? For showing up for their kids, y'all. I think like it's a lot that we can all learn from them as black people when we have children. I don't have no kids. I don't know if I'm going to have them because it just seemed like a lot of work and I don't think I got time for that. And in all honesty, I like to go out there and shake a leg from time to time, baby. I still like to go out, get me some drinks, drink a bottle of champagne or two, and going back to the house and go to sleep. I don't want to have to worry about nobody. I'm just saying. That's why I ain't even got a dog yet. Because I don't even feel like taking care of nothing and nobody. I'm just saying. Now, this next scene with DrHeavenly. She introduces us to her brother. Now, Heavenly, I was a little confused because I only remember you telling us about your sister. The one that you said Mariah reminded you so much of. That's the only person I remember. So when I saw this man step on the scene, I was like, is that Damon? And she instead of calling him daddy, she done called him brother. I was confused, but it wasn't. And, he looks a lot like her father. He does look a lot like her father. And once again, I'm just shocked, and I'm glad that Heavenly is letting us in a lot on her personal. It's so interesting to me that we're getting more, I feel like, an authentic Heavenly as a friend of the show than we did as a full-time cast member. I like it. Like, I really like what she's giving us. Now, when they were sitting there trying to put the timeline together of how old he was versus how old or how long her mom and dad had been married, Heavenly, don't do that to yourself. Girl, it's all right. Your daddy was a Rolling Stone, and it's all right. It's all right, girl. He up there in heaven dancing with Jesus. Let it be. It's all right. You don't get mad. It was out of your control. You wasn't even thought of. You wasn't even conceived yet. Your mama might have knew. You don't even know. But your mama might have said, them man can't bring them children around my house. And guess what? That's her prerogative. Ain't nobody mad at her. I understand. Now, here's the thing with that situation. I'm glad that they are trying to build a relationship as of now. But I wonder if they did get a paternity test or a test to make sure, well, I don't know what it's called. What's it called when you siblings? Is it a sibling test? A sibternity? I don't know. But they need to go get some type of exam to make sure that they are truly related, because I don't know what it's called, but it still probably could be called paternity, fraternity, sorority. I don't know. Go ahead and get it filled out and make sure y'all are really related. It don't seem like the man want nothing from you, Heavenly, but child, you just never know. Go ahead and get that checked out. But she invites him to the mac and cheese cook-off and the family reunion, the physician's family reunion. And that's really cool for them to get into that. And also she told him about, the situation with her son. He let it be known, he has a situation with one of his sons as well. So it was good that they can really connect on multiple levels. I like that. So I really, really enjoy that. Now, this mac and cheese cook-off competition that they having at the family reunion, when I tell you, when DrJackie and DrHeavenly was on the phone, and DrJackie was trying to explain to Heavenly how to cook the mac and cheese, and she was like, girl, you gonna cook it for like 40 minutes? And Heavenly said, girl, let's say 3 minutes on this box. Thank God Heavenly is smart, okay? Because, girl, what you mean 3 minutes on the box? Yeah, you gotta cook the pasta, then you bake the mac and cheese. Bake mac and cheese, that's it. There ain't nobody bake the mac and cheese. We do bake mac and cheese for these events like this. Special events, you gotta bake the mac and cheese. But let me tell y'all one thing. Had I been on this show, baby, I would gave them a run for their money. Toya, your son and all, baby, I would gave everybody a run for their money. And my friends who know, y'all know I make a mean mac and cheese, baby. Well, that's one thing about me. I can get in that kitchen and make some good mac and cheese now. I ain't big for no reason. This back ain't big for no reason, baby. I can cook me a good baked pot of mac and cheese. And how you want? Do you want it baked? Do you want it? I'll broil it. I do a little razzle dazzle on the top, give you a little design, baby. I had that mac and cheese going on. Now, that ain't the only thing I can cook, but I cook that real good. I'm just saying. Now, it was real cute, seeing DrJackie and DrHeavenly talk about the mac and cheese, because Heavenly ain't know what she was doing. Then, we see Toya and Eugene's son making the mac and cheese, and he doing a roux and a bechamel and all that. See, I don't do all that. I don't need all that flour in my mac and cheese. I don't need no Rue. Rue is that girl from Euphoria, and she on the good drugs. I don't need none of that in my mac and cheese. We don't need none of that. I don't need no bechamel. I don't need no. All I need is I ain't even tell y'all my secret ingredient because y'all gonna try to take it. I just got my ingredients, but I don't need no bechamel. I tell you that. You just need a little milk, and I put eggs in mine. If you got a problem with that, it is what it is. A little protein ain't never hurt nobody. Get you some eggs. Throw some eggs off in that mac and cheese. You'll be all right. I don't know what's the issue with people and eggs and mac and cheese. What's wrong with y'all? Our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, they was using eggs since the dawn of time. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Mac and cheese. That's what came first. So put an egg in your mac and cheese. Just do it. I don't make the rules. But put that egg in that mac and cheese. Now back to this thing. Apparently Cecil got him a family recipe. Apparently Cecil got a family recipe about making mac and cheese. But you, listen, pass down how to teach them children how to wash them pans when they get it down from the stove. That's the family recipe you need to teach down to these children. Your sons ain't washed that pan. Cecil, I hate to say it. I hope it don't sound ridiculous. I can't eat nothing from y'all house. Seeing that display with them boys, just put that pasta in there with that paper in it. I hate to. Cecil and them could invite me over there. Hey, Dusty, you want something to drink? Yeah, you got any paper cups or a styrofoam? Oh, I brought my own straw. You know, oh, you ain't got no cups? I got a bag of cups in the car. I'll bring them in here. I don't even want to use your glass. I don't want to make no dishes. Because I can't trust y'all. Because them boys ain't washed that pan. So they came from y'all loin. What else am I supposed to do? I can't. You know what? Hey, I'll wash the dishes. I'll just wash a couple of dishes and get them set out for us. That's what I do at your house. Because, child, I can't eat from you, Cecil. But apparently you got you a good family recipe with the mac and cheese. And, you know, Simone up in there, she throwing a little slick shade. She letting it be known that she don't feel appreciated. You know, she got to sing the song by Cherish, Unappreciated. That was my jam. And she doesn't feel like the boys or Cecil care about her. And I think the way that Simone started the conversation with Cecil was a little passive aggressive. And she should have just said, hey, Cecil, this is how I'm feeling. Like, I don't feel like y'all care about me. I don't feel like y'all are truly supporting me and y'all don't care about my well-being or me being successful, or me being healthy. Y'all are just worried about what y'all can get from me. And Cecil's offended. Rightfully so. I feel like any partner would be offended if somebody said that to them. But I need Cecil to take a minute and realize and hear her where she's coming from. Simone might not always say things the right way. But when Simone gets that emotional about something, it truly bothers her and it hurts her. So I think that they both need to take a minute, get into a place where they can truly hear each other. Because I feel like y'all are hearing the words, but you're not like actually like processing the information. You got to listen, process, then give an appropriate response. And y'all are just listening and reacting, both of y'all. So y'all got to stop that. Cecil, I do think you can support Simone more when it comes to the boys. Simone, I think you cannot be as passive aggressive when it comes to giving replies or wanting him to help you, and you get so angry. You gotta calm down, girl. You gotta do your breathing exercises. So that's why I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Now, it's time for us to go to this family. What was that? It's time for us to go to the family reunion. And it looks like it's a cute event. I really like this event. It seemed like it was a good time. Now, everybody's showing up. Now, Heavenly, what you had on was, I don't know. I just wasn't expecting. When you get in the pool, but Heavenly, you was scantily clad for the family reunion event. You know, especially this is the first time you meeting your brother, wife, and stuff on camera. And then Alora came up and said, "Oh, girl, what you got on?" Right, girl, what is you wearing? That was a little too bodycon for the people. You needed to calm down. This is a physicians reunion, not baddies. Please calm down. So, you know, everybody's showing up. Everybody's on time for the most part. Brandy got there at the last minute, baby. Then people say you can put your mac and cheese back in your car. But anyway, Brandy, you was real late because you made it after choir. If you make it after choir, you extra late. You should have just stayed home and told the people, hey, I can't make it today. That's what you should have said, Brandy, in my opinion. Now, choir shows up and her and King are pulling up in the handicapped Lamborghini. Here's what's interesting, right? Because, you know, the producers were messing with this and it was like, hey, did y'all pull up in this Lamborghini because you didn't want Simone to check the VIN number on the car? That was good to me. And I don't think that some Quad truly cares. Don't get me wrong, she cares. Because we know Quad is sensitive. She cares. But it ain't that deep for her. Like, I think she's just like, girl, we just letting her know we got cars, baby. We got cars. Lift it up, baby. You can see what's in the garage, baby, because we got cars. So, also to Quad, everybody had a sensible amount of family. Quad invited the whole state of Tennessee to this doggone event. Quad had everybody and their mama down there. And Quad, everybody should have brought, for every 4 people, you should have had a pan of mac and cheese. Because I'm with Heavenly, baby. Everybody gonna get a noodle as many as people as she done invited down here. We ain't got enough mac and cheese to suffice. That little boy was up there cooking his bechamel. You think that boy made enough bechamel for everybody? No. He ain't have enough bechamel for the whole Tennessee. Now, girl, you should have had more food, Quad. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to let you make it. Now, you know, when it came down to the mac and cheese and the cook-off, right, of voting for whose mac and cheese was best, Toya, you was over there cheating. But I'm going to say this, though. I believe that boy still won regardless. I believe he still won. And I told you were cheating down for your baby, and I ain't even mad at you. Because that's your baby. You were cheating for him, but I still think he won. And the reason I think he won is because I wasn't there. That's the only reason he won, baby. I'm just letting you know. But overall, I think the event was super, super cute, and I enjoyed it. It was great. Overall, I love that event. It was great. Heavenly did that. Shout out to her. And everybody was so confused on meeting her brother. Like, everyone was like, girl, if I had a brother that showed up to my house, I don't know if I'd be okay with that. But it's good to see that she's welcoming him with open arms, and I enjoyed it. Now, child, let's talk about the end of this episode. The end of this episode, when it came to Quad and King talking about the eggs being fertilized, and it seems like they only had one egg that is kind of like in a state to where it will possibly be okay. I hate that. I hate that she's going through that. And, Quad is ready to jump right back on into it. King was just over there looking at her, Oh, I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's a motorcycle. So, it seemed as if Quad was ready to just jump right back into it and just start the process again. She was emotional because, she said she's been sticking herself and doing all of these things. So, she's emotional behind it. And King is there to comfort her. But he's like, you know what? Maybe it's time for us to seek other avenues. Like, this is a lot. Like, it's expensive. It's time consuming. It's taxing. And Quad, I think you took that as a he didn't want to pay when you were like, well, you know what? You don't have to worry about using your money. It'll just be mine. That wasn't the issue, my love. What he's saying is emotionally, financially, it's time consuming. He has a child here as well that he still needs to make sure that he's here for it also. So going all the way to Ghana for that time and then coming back and then going and coming back, Quad, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. And I hate that she got emotional there at the end, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. They have to sit down and have an honest conversation about what it is that they want. I think that, and then even when King was like, I was okay with not having any more kids. I wanted to do this for you. That even is a little heavy because it's like, well, do you even really want to do this with her? I don't know. I really think that he's in a place where he's kind of over it. I think that she really wants to pursue it. And I just hate that she didn't try this sooner. Her body, her choice. She can do whatever she wants to do. But I hate that Quad didn't. I'm just shocked that Quad didn't freeze eggs sooner. Like, she is around all these doctors. I'm just shocked that she didn't. But I don't know. I just truly hate to see Quad go through this. But I'm also like, Quad, it's time for you to get realistic. And maybe you guys could still seek this, but possibly seeing somebody in the States to where it's not as taxing with y'all going all the way over there. I'm sure that there are great, you have DrJackie, you have Dr. Simone. I'm sure there are great physicians in Atlanta that can help you with this process, or in the States that can help you with this process that might not be as expensive or might not be as taxing as it is to go all the way to Ghana. I'm just saying. So that's something that y'all should sit down and talk about. But y'all, that's where the episode ends. Let me know how y'all are feeling about King and Quad. I don't know if it's the writings on the wall for them, but in my opinion, it's not looking too good for them too. But thank y'all so much for joining us for this review. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend, so we can grow our community over here. But until next time, have a good one, everybody.